What's up, guys, and welcome back to Mass Effect. And man, after the last three episodes we played, a lot has happened. In the last episode we played, A Birth of a Spectre. We exposed Saren, the traitor who he is, and that we learned that he is now working with the Geth. And also, the Council stripped him of his Spectre status, and now Commander Shepard is the first ever human Spectre. And that's a lot of fun, guys. This is part of the game where we get to play and have so much fun. So let's continue on. And if you didn't see the previous episodes, I encourage you to watch them, as it's what makes the game just so worth it to play again. So let's go over and talk to Navigator Presley.
If anyone has to take over for Captain Anderson, I'm glad it's you. I'm not sure about having non-humans on our ship, though.
We're all on the same team here, Presley.
With all due respect, ma'am, that's what they said about Nihilus. Look how that turned out.
Speak freely, Presley. I want to know if you have a problem with non-humans.
It's not that, Commander. Humanity has always handled its own problems. Saren attacked one of our colonies. We should be the ones to stop him. We don't need their help.
Some people think asking for help is a sign of weakness. That's just being stupid and stubborn. No matter how strong you are, allies can make you stronger.
I guess so. Maybe I'm just stuck in the old ways of thinking. But don't worry, Commander, this won't be a problem.
How did you end up assigned to the Normandy?
I signed up with the Alliance as a navigator right out of school, following in my grandfather's footsteps, I guess. My first posting was on the Agincourt. We were at Elysium during the Skillian Blitz. A massive fleet of alien raiders hit the colony, trying to wipe it out. They had the numbers, but their ships were no match for an Alliance frigate. It was a slaughter. We couldn't even keep track of how many ships they lost.
How'd you end up on the Normandy?
I got my officer's commission after Elysium. Must have made an impression on the right people. Captain asked for me when he was picking his crew.
Carry on, Presley.
Yes, ma'am.
Alright, cool. So we got 2 Paragon points. And we're gonna make our way down to the lower level and speak to Kaidan, who should be there waiting for me at his station. Let's go over here real quick and see if he's there. Yep, and sure enough, he's there. Let's talk to him real quick.
Anything you need, Commander?
Just trying to get a sense of where the crew's at. Thoughts?
I've wasted enough of your time for now, Commander. We'll have time for personal debriefings later.
What's your opinion on the last mission?
I don't see how we could have done things any better. At least not without getting to Eden Prime sooner. And we were on the scene faster than any other Alliance ship could have been.
We'll talk another time, Lieutenant.
Commander?
Alright, so there wasn't much there to Kaidan. Let's head downstairs to the lower level and speak to our new squad mates. Now, you're probably thinking right now, well, why don't you get to the main game? Well, we will. But this is kind of my way of playing this game, and I'm also sharing some personal experiences. So let's come out here and speak to this man over here, the Alliance Requisition Officer. Let's speak to him.
Hey, Commander. Looking for some extra supplies before you head out?
What have you got?
Whatever you want. Armor, weapons, mods. It's not standard Alliance issue, but that's not necessarily a bad thing. Well, as long as you don't mind paying for it.
Why should I pay you for my weapons and armor?
My stuff doesn't come from the Alliance. I have to purchase it myself, and it's not cheap. Hell, the licenses alone have set me back more than I'd like. But no licenses, no goods. Without the goods, I'm out of a job.
What are licenses? Why do you need them?
Manufacturers sell licenses. Each license allows me to buy and sell a certain brand of products. I already have several basic ones, but you'll need to buy more if you want me to bring in different brands. Many of the best licenses are hard to get, but they're well worth the cost if you can find them.
What do the different manufacturers offer?
There are too many for me to keep track of, but each license will explain what it's good for.
How often will you get new items?
Well, that depends on how many licenses you've purchased. But I'll rotate items on a regular basis regardless. And anytime we land someplace with a big enough port, I'll buy, sell, and trade whatever I can. Check back often. I need to move items quickly, so only the most basic items will be stocked consistently.
Not right now, thanks.
No problem. Keep checking back.
And that's pretty cool. You know, so this dude here, this guy here, he's well, making that money. Because why not? So let's speak to Garrus. And yes, it's important to speak to your squad mates. You know, especially if you get missions out of them.
Thanks for bringing me on board. I knew working with the Spectre would be better than life at CSEC.
Have you worked with the Spectre before?
Well, no, but I know what they're like. Spectres make their own rules. You're free to handle things your way. At CSEC, you're buried by rules. The damn bureaucrats are always on your back.
For the most part, the rules are there for a reason.
Maybe. But sometimes it feels like the rules are only there to stop me from doing my work. If I'm trying to take down a suspect, it shouldn't matter how I do it, as long as I do it. But CSEC wants it done their way. Protocol and procedure come first. That's why I left.
So you just quit because you didn't like the way they do things?
There's more to it than that. It didn't start out bad, but as I rose in ranks, I got saddled with more and more red tape. CSEC's handling of Saren was typical. I just couldn't take it anymore. I hate leaving.
I hope you made the right choice. I'd hate for you to regret it later.
Well, that's sort of why I teamed up with you. It's a chance for me to get off the Citadel, see how things are done outside CSEC. Either way, I plan to make the most of this. And without CSEC headquarters looking over my shoulder, well, maybe I can get the job done my way for a change.
If getting the job done means endangering innocent people, then no. We get the job done right, not fast. Got it?
I wasn't trying to. I understand, Commander.
Alright, cool. So that's Garrus, who's definitely a fan favorite among the Mass Effect fans. He's one of my favorites too. In fact, I always bring him along on missions. Let's speak to Odette Rex. He's pretty cool, man. I love his stories.
Nice ship you've got, Shepard. What can I do for you?
What's your story, Rex?
There's no story. Go ask the Quarian if you want stories.
You Krogans live for centuries. Don't tell me you haven't had a few interesting adventures.
Well, there was this one time the Turians almost wiped out our entire race. That was fun.
I heard about that. You know, they almost did the same to us.
It's not the same.
It seems pretty much the same to me.
So your people were infected with a genetic mutation? An infection that makes only a few in 1,000 children survive birth? And I suppose it's destroying your entire species?
I suppose it isn't all the same.
I don't expect you to understand, but don't compare humanity's fate with the Krogan.
I was just making conversation. I wasn't trying to upset you.
Your ignorance doesn't upset me, Shepard. As for the Krogan, I gave up on them long ago. The genophage infected us, but it's not what's killing us.
Are your people really dying?
We're sure not getting any stronger. We're too spread out. None of us are interested in staying in our own system.
Lots of species have left their homes and prospered.
But they go to colonize new worlds. We're not settlers. We're warriors. We want to fight. So we leave. Hire ourselves out. And most of us never go back.
What can you tell me about the genophage?
Ask the Solarians if you want details. They made it. All I know, it makes breeding nearly impossible. Thousands die in stillbirth, and most never get that far. Every Krogan is infected, every one. And no one's rushing to find a cure.
Why don't the Krogan try to find a cure?
When was the last time you saw a Krogan scientist? You ask a Krogan, would he rather find a cure for the genophage or fight for credits. He'll choose fighting every time. It's just who we are, Shepard. I can't change that. Nobody can.
So long, Rex.
Shepard.
Oh man, that's pretty messed up. You know, the fact with Rex, I love his stories, and one's pretty tragic is one with Genophage. That's pretty messed up. So let's go to Ashley and talk to her.
Commander?
What's your opinion of the last mission?
Kinda wish you'd got there sooner, Commander. No offense, I appreciate the rescue. I just wish...
You wish we'd been able to save the rest of your unit.
Yes, ma'am. If I had been more alert, we wouldn't have been cut down by an ambush.
The Geth are perfect ambushers. They don't move, they don't make noise, they don't even breathe.
They have flashlight heads, ma'am. I'll make sure it doesn't happen again.
Do you have a few minutes to talk? One-on-one?
I'm sorry, Commander. I need to get my duty squared away. I wouldn't mind talking more later, though.
Dismissed, Chief.
Ma'am?
Alright, so not much to go on there. But yeah, she talks about her unit being wiped out by the Geth. In fact, I happen to have the graphic novel series of this game, and without spoiling anything, it's a really good read. So if you guys get a chance, I recommend grabbing that. Alright, so we are down here in this beautiful room. We keep match being in here. It's just beautiful in this room. Look at that, all that lighting. Ooh. In fact, and I love the floor too in this level. In fact, I wonder if they're using. They're probably using a screen-based solution for reflections. Maybe. Either that or some form of software ray tracing. Highly unlikely though, since it's on Unreal 3. You know, could be a cube map. I don't know. Let's speak to Engineer Adams.
Hey, Commander, you know that Quarian, Tally? She's been spending all her time down here asking me about our engine.
I'll tell her to leave you alone.
What? No, she's amazing. I wish my guys were half as smart as she is. Give her a month on board and she'll know more about our engines than I do. She's got a real knack for technology, that one. I can see why you wanted her to come along.
I figured she'd be a real asset to the team.
You got an eye for Tally, Commander, but I'm guessing that's not why you came down here.
Fill me in on the IES stealth system. How does it work exactly?
You can't hide a ship out in space. They emit too much heat and radiation. Too easy for sensors to pick them up, unless you find a way to capture those emissions. So our stealth systems trap the energy we give off in storage sinks built into the ship itself. No emissions to give away our location. Eventually the sinks have to be vented. More than a few hours silent running and they overheat. Cook us inside our own hull.
There's no way for anyone to detect us?
A visual scan can still pick us up. Anyone looking out a window can see us plain as day. But you have to be pretty close to get an actual visual out in space. Most vessels rely on scanners. As long as the stealth systems are engaged, they can't see us. Not unless we accelerate to FTL speeds.
Why doesn't it work with faster-than-light travel?
Cranking up to FTL blue shifts our emissions, pushes them into frequencies too high to capture in the sinks. As soon as we make the jump, it's like setting off a flare. Sensors can pick up our location whenever we enter or exit FTL flight, but for short-range missions, our stealth systems are amazing, and we've got the only one.
Where else have you served, Adams?
If you name a class of Alliance ship, I've probably served on it. Everything from dreadnoughts and carriers right down to frigates like the Normandy. My last assignment was on the Tokyo, only a cruiser, but she was a good ship. Couldn't hold a candle to the Normandy, though.
I want to know more about the Normandy.
She's the best ship I've ever served on, probably the fastest vessel ever designed. And she's the only one using the new Tantalus drive core.
What's so special about the Tantalus drive core?
Proportionally, it's about twice the size of any other vessel. Not only are we faster, we can run at FTL speeds longer before we have to discharge the core.
Carry on, Adams.
Aye, aye, Commander.
Alright, that was pretty cool, talking to Engineer Adams. Now, of course, he's a minor character, but, you know, in my eyes, these are characters that are important too, and I enjoy talking to them. How do you guys play this game? Do you guys just rush through the main quest, or do you talk to NPCs? Let's talk to Tally here, who's another fan favorite, and she's a personal favorite of mine too.
Your ship's amazing, Shepard. I've never seen a drive core like this before. I can't believe you were able to fit it into a ship this small. I'm starting to understand why you humans have been so successful. I had no idea Alliance vessels were so advanced.
The Normandy's a prototype, cutting-edge technology.
A month ago, I was patching a makeshift fuel line into a converted tug ship in the flotilla. Now, I'm sitting on board one of the most advanced vessels in Citadel space. I have to thank you again for bringing me along. Traveling on a vessel like this is a dream come true for me.
I had no idea you found ship technology so interesting.
It comes with being a Quarian. The migrant fleet is the key to the survival of my people. Ships are our most valuable resource. But we don't have anything like this. We make do with cast-offs and second-hand equipment. We just try to keep them running for as long as we can. Some of the fleet's larger vessels date all the way back to our original flight from the Geth.
I can't believe your fleet's still using ships that are 3 centuries old.
They're constantly being repaired, modified, and refitted. They aren't pretty, but they work. Mostly. We've tried to make ourselves as independent as possible on the flotilla. Grow our own food, mine, and process our own fuel. But some things we just can't make on our own. A patch to maintain the hull integrity requires raw materials we just don't have. That's why our pilgrimages are so important.
Tell me about your people.
Our lives aren't easy. Resources are scarce, and we are constantly on the move. Everything we do must in some way contribute to the continuation of the migrant fleet. There are 17 million Quarians in the flotilla, and each of us relies on the others for survival. The bonds among my people are strong. Unfortunately, we have had to surrender many of the freedoms and civil liberties other species take for granted.
What kind of freedoms?
Well, it's illegal for parents to have more than one child. If our population grows too much, it would strain our resources to their breaking point. Of course, we also can't allow our numbers to become too few. If our population is in decline, the rule against single births is temporarily repealed. In extreme cases of population decline, incentives are even offered to encourage multiple births, though the Conclave hasn't had to take such measures in nearly a century.
That's your government.
The Conclave is our civilian branch of government. Each ship can elect a representative to serve on the Conclave and make decisions that affect the fleet as a whole. On matters that affect an individual ship, however, the captain has the final say. It's a tradition that dates back to the early days, when the fleet was governed by martial law. Fortunately, most captains nowadays are smart enough to have an elected council from their crew to give them advice and guidance.
So the ultimate power rests with elected officials?
In practice, the Conclave and the respective council for each ship tend to set the rules that govern our daily lives. But in theory, we are still under military jurisdiction. The 5 top-ranking military officials in the fleet serve on the Admiralty Board. These 5 have the power to overrule any decision by the Conclave in case of emergency. To do so requires unanimous agreement among the Admiralty, and they can only do this once. After that, the entire board must resign their posts. It's a safeguard that served us well. In nearly 3 centuries, the Admiralty Board has only overruled the Conclave 4 times.
I want to know more about the Geth.
I doubt I can tell you anything you don't already know. It's been almost 3 centuries since they drove my people into exile. All I know is the story of their origins. What they were when we created them, and how they turned on us.
Interesting.
The Geth were originally created to serve as an automated manual labor force. Initially, their intelligence was as limited as any VI. Over time, we made small modifications to their programming to allow them to perform more varied and complex tasks, bringing them closer and closer to true AI status.
How come the Council didn't step in and stop you?
This wasn't true AI research. We may have been skirting the bounds of the law, but we never did anything that was actually illegal. The changes were so insignificant, so gradual, that we were able to control them. Or so we thought. But one thing we underestimated was the power of the neural network. A million Geth thinking simultaneously created an inherently unstable matrix.
So the Geth share brain power?
Many of the Geth's logic systems were designed to work in concert with other nearby Geth. Basically, the more of them you have in a group, the smarter they are.
So there's some sort of group consciousness?
No, nothing like that. They cannot share sensory data or information. Their programming cannot handle that much simultaneous input. Each Geth maintains an individual awareness and identity. The neural network only operates on a process-based level. It's basically the synthetic equivalent of a subconscious. But when they're in close proximity, they can coordinate low-level functional processes, freeing up more capacity for original or independent thought.
That doesn't make any sense.
I'm probably oversimplifying. The Geth are incredibly advanced and complex creations. All you need to know is that they get smarter when they gather in large numbers. As we built more and more Geth, their effective intelligence became more sophisticated, more abstract. One day, a Geth began to ask its Quarian overseer questions about the nature of its existence. Am I alive? Why am I here? What is my purpose? As you can imagine, this caused a near panic among my people.
What did you do?
It was inevitable the newly sentient Geth would rebel against their situation. We knew they would rise up against us, so we acted first. A general order went out across all Quarian-controlled systems to permanently deactivate all Geth. The Geth responded to this order violently.
Hey, you can't blame them for fighting for their survival.
We had no other choice. The Geth were already on the verge of revolution. By acting quickly, we had a chance to end the war before it began. The hope was that most of the Geth would still be little more than machines, incapable of organized resistance. But they had progressed much further than anyone anticipated. The war was long and bloody. Millions upon millions of Quarians died at their hands. In the end, we were forced to flee our own homeworld. We feared the Geth would pursue us, but they never came beyond the Veil. Now we drift through space, exile searching for a way to reclaim what was once ours.
It's hard to feel sorry for you. Your ancestors tried to wipe out another species.
We made a mistake when we created the Geth in the first place, but we did not make a mistake when we went to war against them. If we had not acted, they would have wiped us out. They're a synthetic life form. They have no use for organics. None. Why do you think they cut themselves off from the rest of the galaxy? Why do you think they've killed every organic being who's ever tried to contact them?
They didn't kill Saren.
What does that tell you? The Geth are not innocent victims in all this. They're the enemy. They want to destroy us. Not just the Quarians. All organic life. That's why they've joined up with Saren. And that's why we have to stop him.
I want to know more about the pilgrimage.
When my people reach maturity, we leave our birth ships and seek acceptance with a new crew. It's necessary to maintain genetic diversity among the fleet. But no ship wants to accept someone who will be a burden on them. So, to prove our worth, we embark on a pilgrimage. We set out alone, leaving the flotilla and our families behind us. We only return once we have found something of value we can bring back to the fleet. This is presented as a gift to the captain of the respective ship we wish to join. If the gift is accepted, we are welcomed into the crew.
Can a captain choose to reject the gift?
That doesn't happen often. Most captains are eager to increase the size of their crew. It increases their own standing in our society. Even when the gift is not particularly valuable, the captain usually accepts it out of a sense of tradition. However, there is a stigma to presenting a substandard gift. It's not the best way to make a good impression on a new community. Most pilgrims don't return until they find something worthwhile.
I want to talk about something else.
Like what?
I should go.
See you later.
Alright guys, I know that was a long talk tally, but that's the beauty of this game, about learning about your squad mates. You know, and me personally, I get a great satisfaction about learning about the characters. Alright, so we're about 25 minutes in. Let's get to the main deck and start our first mission. Here we are now. Let's go to the galaxy map. Yep. Isn't that cool? So by talking to all those people on the ship already, you've now leveled up. So let's go to squad. And we now got 4 points. So I'm going to go ahead now and add a point to Spectre training. Give a point to, let's see. Give a point to encryption. Electronics. And also, I'm going to go ahead and give it some, give some charm. Right. And that means too, when we also get into a battle, we can level up our squad as well. So let's open a galaxy map and begin our first mission. Oh man, I love this song. In fact, it's probably one of the few songs in the game that I look forward to listening to, especially when I'm playing missions. So let's zoom out. And so here's how we're gonna play our missions today. So there are 3 places we need to visit. Actually 4. If you have the version I have, Legendary Edition, it comes with all the DLC. So we'll be doing this one as well. The Asteroid 57 and Noveria. So here's how we're going to play. So the main story is we go to the Armor's Tower Cluster to Liara's dig site to find Liara. And we go to Pharos in Attica Beta to help out the people at Zeus Hope. And then we go to Noveria, which will also find people there as well. And this is a pretty cool mission. I'm saving this one for last. So it's gonna be a lot of fun. So let's go ahead and make our way to, let's see there. Let's see. All right, let's go ahead now and make our way to the Armstrong Nebula.
Message coming in from the brass at Arcturus. Patching it through.
Normandy? Admiral Hackett here. We're getting reports of a marked increase in Geth activity in the Skyllian Verge. Surveillance drones have identified Geth outposts on 4 different planets in the Armstrong cluster. We need someone to take them out.
We have any idea what they're after?
Hard to say. They may be just gathering intel on us. Or maybe they're setting up staging grounds for hit-and-run attacks on human colonies.
It could be the first wave of an invasion.
Let's hope not. We need someone to investigate this, Shepard. Finding Saren is still your top priority, but you've got experience fighting the Geth. You're the logical choice to take out these outposts. We're transmitting all the locations of known Geth outposts in the Armstrong cluster to the Normandy now. Admiral Hackett out.
Alright, so we've gone ahead and got our first mission, which is involving dealing with the Geth Incursion. So we're now in the Armstrong Nebula, and we have 4 different subsystems to investigate. So we're going to go ahead now and start off here with Vamshi. So let's go there. So here we are now in the Vamshi system. So, for those of you not familiar with this game, as we traverse the galaxy, we're going to be getting more missions. And on top of this, these missions sometimes do several things. They also allow Shepard to get experience points, more currency, more raw materials, and sometimes you hear about it in the Citadel. You go back and visit. So let's go over here to planet Maji, and we're going to land here. Let's go. Alright, so for this mission, I'm going to go ahead and pick my squad. I'm going to go ahead and pick, let's see, just the Geth. I'm going to pick Tali. And I'm also going to pick Garrus. So we're gonna save here, and let's open up the map. Well, first of all, before we do that, let's go ahead and update our squad. So for Garrus, I'm gonna go ahead and give him assault rifles, tactical armor, decryption, damping, add first aid, and I'm gonna max out Turing agent for Garrus. Next up is gonna be Tali. We can go ahead now and give her some basic armor. Give her some damping, 2 for damping, and I'm gonna go ahead and use coring machinist for her. And we've already updated Shepard. Cool. Alright, so let's go to the map now and see our points here. So when you play on the planets, you have these maps. Okay? So you go ahead, you go in these 3 locations. And we can also open the journal too and see what's about. So this here's our main quest. Then we go to assignments. So right now we have all these to do, which is good. And of course, we're gonna do them all too. We don't skip. I don't skip around stuff in this game. So Geth Incursions. So we need to eliminate the Geth outposts. So so now we're Armstrong Crosser. We're gonna go to all 4 of those. So let's go to tasks. And first, we're gonna go ahead and Geth outpost is way over there, but first we're gonna head over here first and see what's in the area. So let's go ahead and hit the anomaly and set our destination. And I know people don't like these missions in the Mako. They're actually not that bad. But after a while, of course, the planets start looking the same. The game at Mass Effect. The game Starfield dealt with the same issue as this game, where they have over 1,000 planets, but only a few of them have life on them. Right now we're up here. Right now we're here. We're going to go ahead and collect some raw material. Okay, we're going to do that. We want to press the B key to get out of the Mako. Now pressing the A key while you're in the Mako will take you back to the Normandy. We're trying to avoid that here, so let's go ahead now and survey the material. Okay, we surveyed, and we found a rare element. And this comes in handy. This is quite handy in Mass Effect 2 when you play the game again. When you play a whole new game, you'll see why later. Alright, so let's push ahead. Yes, they added the booster in this version. I'm very happy they did, because in the old version of this game, the original game, it was a slow slog to planets. Remember, we are in the Armstrong cluster. Remember that. Okay, see what we have there. Some. Here you put the B key. And ancient debris. Let's recover that. Okay, so we have some turret insignia recovered, and it belongs to, appears to be marked with a Destined Colony insignia. So yes, as you play the game, you collect all those turret insignias, which is good because it actually allows you to kind of build the lore a little bit of Commander Shepard and engage experience points. Alright, let's continue over here. And of course, there's some players who will skip all this. Here, and we got the Mako again. Now, of course, the real fun part too is on the planets. Some of them have like heat, some have acid rain, which is kind of cool. Okay, so it says here. The massive skull is scored by deflected mass accelerator shots. The xenobiology files in your heart suit. Computer can't too many species. So, yeah, that's kind of cool. Alright, let's get back into the Mako. You probably notice how too we're just finding new stuff on this planet, discovering things like this. It's a fun thing to do. We already got it already, so we can now go to the map and there's something else. Let's see here. Got that already. Train skull. Okay, let's go to debris. Yeah, I'll admit though too, there are times when I play this game where it got kind of boring a little bit. Running the planet over and over. That's great. You know, and through these videos I'm sharing with you my experience playing this game. So about a half hour in, and I probably got to join the video. You know, seeing someone play this game, completion actually, without rushing through, it's a hell of a milestone. And we're gonna go to this free file here, and hopefully it won't involve any kind of encryption. Let's see what it is. So what will happen now is. Yes, right now, of course, my skill is too low for this area, so I'll probably come back to it when I'm during offline play, just so I'm having it in my possession. Okay, so now go to the map now, and we go ahead to this main outpost. And this is the fun part for me, where we go to fight. Also remember too that we're playing on a 1080, so the enemies in this game are really much harder than they normally are. Even scarier too that later in the game, the enemies you face, including the boss fights, all your opponents will level up with you. And I think it makes the game a lot more challenging and fun. Wall, up the wall. That's kind of cool. Seeing the sun and the moon in the same place. Okay, let's go ahead now and survey the beryllium. Alright, cool. Got some beryllium. Awesome. So now let's continue on. Almost there. We're gonna make our way to the outpost. have some minerals here.
Moving out.
And also bear in mind too, now you see those blips on the radar? Those are going to be our enemies we got to face against. So, let's go back to the Mako, and we should be good. Okay, you got magnesium.
You lead, I'll follow.
Here we go. Alright, cool. So now we fight. Been waiting to get over here. Get some serious combat. So right now we have some turrets. Fire at us. So we're fine. We're gonna go ahead and stay on the ground so that we have a more better advantage. Yes. If you're not careful, you'll get damaged here. There we go. So. Yes. That Omni Gel will come in handy later on for us. Down. Yes, you're on the Mako will on the original version of this game. The Mako will heal. There we go. That's two. So right now I'm just going through very carefully and whittling down the defenses. Those turrets. I mean, they can't do damage. They don't really do much damage. But repeatedly, though, they will destroy the car vehicle if you're not careful. There we go. You notice in the life bars of the Mako, it will heal up over time. There we go. Right there, and let's get up top now to the top level. So as long as you don't let the vehicle get too damaged, you can survive a battle in here. So we are now at the top rung. Let's see what we have here. Of course, now we're jammed. Careful here. Of course, Garrett get knocked out. Remember now, Commander Shepard, as long as Shepard's alive, we can actually be able to win the mission. Careful now. And here's Tally. We're gonna be careful here on foot. Which is not ideal, but it helps. And I died. Ain't that something? Okay. So we're gonna go ahead and resume. It's pretty much, of course, when you die there, you have to go back to the beginning. So I think from here we're gonna go ahead and go right to the outpost, direct to the outpost, and just just do it right away, and then come back with other stuff. All right, so let's do this again. Let's go to the. We're going to go directly to the outpost. That sucks, guys, man. Actually getting beaten like that. That's not fun. Yeah, and of course it's right there too, so we can just go ahead in and just go ahead and start destroying stuff. That's right. There we go. I think too, I should have done this before. Go to the outpost immediately. yes, I'm playing the headphones on. Oh man, sounds pretty good. There we go. Okay, that's one. Yeah, so I'll do the outpost here, and then I'll just finish off the rest of the planet offline. So he did it already, but he died. And usually me dying in this game is very rare. I die like that. Okay, there's two. There's three. Keep going. Go. So there we go. Let's last turret here. We'll finish this up. Cool. So let me go ahead and save here now, so that if I die again, I won't have to fight the turrets. And also too, of course, because I died, I have to re-level the my characters. It's totally fine. There we go. Back up here again. Trick here with the Mako is you know you're locked on if a crosshair shows up. That's very important right there. Okay, here we go. Log in. So pretty much stay in the car. Good, got him. Oh damn, okay. Let's see, now we gotta fight what's this one here? Geth Colossus. Yeah, the last thing you want to happen to is you where'd he go? He fell off the cliff, I think. That there, guys. He also high levels. He also regenerates, so you got to lay into him. Let me fix the controls for a minute here, and let me turn on invert y-axis. There we go. Gotta fight this creature again. Pretty much he'll repair himself. So yeah, so also these missions here at the Geth Incursion.
One down, 3 to go.
Alright, cool. So we took care of the this planet here. So I'm gonna go ahead and pause here, and then clean the rest of the planet up, and then we'll proceed to the next planet. So you guys hang tight, and I'll see you in a bit. Alright guys, and I am back now on the Normandy, and after that mission on the on planet Vamshi, it was a success. And I also was able to get the electronics skill up for the item, and basically all to do was go ahead and level up Tally. That happened. So we're going to continue playing here, and we're going to go to the Hong system, and so let's do it. Alright, so here we are now. So we're now in the Hong system. And these are little planets that you can literally click on. You need surveying. And I recommend doing all of these when you visit a new system. I didn't do it in the Vamshi system, which is fine. I can always go back to it. But I can go ahead and just click on each planet and learn about it. And it might get some elements or some hidden insignia. You never know. Of course, I'm sorry I'm going too fast there. I should have waited. And we're going to land here, but first, let me actually back up right now. Mall. See if there's anything there. Okay. There's nothing there. Okay, so we're going to land on the planet Casbin. And it's going to be the second location where we stop the Geth invasion. And I'm going to bring Garrus again and Tali, because with Tali's skill in electronics, we're able to unlock any hard to open devices. So let's go ahead now and accept our squad. Now, when you guys play this game, who is your favorite loadout when you play your missions? Depending on mission type. Missions like this, where the different planets. Depending on if I see a lot of action, I'd probably bring probably Rex and Garrus, my main guys when it comes to dealing with the let's see, anomaly, and anomalous signal. So let's go over here first. Well, I'll do these three first and then go to the Geth outpost. So let's go ahead now and go to the anomaly. Go. And yeah, I do understand that sometimes these missions or planets can be tedious. Sometimes they help. You know, they help Shepard build her experience, and also a nice little break from the game. Off the wall, though. I'm literally climbing the walls in this. Also, those of you who are watching the series, I want to thank you for taking the time to watch them. You know, that this is a game that I love to revisit, because there's so much to explore, so much to do, and there's so much lore in this game. It's not enough to play this once. Oops. I'll be careful there. What's going to happen too is you get your game's destroyed. This is one thing that they hate about the Mako in the original game. Kind of polish this thing is a pain in the ass. Try that again. We hate this damn ship. There's something over there I need to get. definitely one of those games where you explore the game and play it all. You know? Alright, here we go. So let's go ahead now and got the Mako and explore it. Let's see what this is. This beacon is. Okay, so we recovered an ID tag. Belongs to a Captain Thine. Okay, let's go to the map now. And go to the debris. I think I saw something on the way over here. Yeah, so now if I go ahead and also anything I missed in this playthrough, I'll also go back to it. And so let's fire. And also too, of course, I mentioned Mass Effect 2. When you play Mass Effect 2, everything you did here will be rewarded handsomely in the second game. I remember the Mako, the original version of this game, and let me tell you right now, it was unwieldy. Even I hated it on controlling it. There we go. Okay, let's go here. Oh, Nelly. It's like driving an ATV. Yes, ATVs are not, they're big vehicles and they're very fast too. And I cannot imagine driving one of those things. There we go. So, terrain. There we go. Okay, there we go. And we have some nice little upgrades. Cool. Let's open our mission computer. And what you notice as well is when you level up your character, you will get access to more stuff. So let's go to Garrus real quick. And I think he has a Banshee. Let's add some upgrades to it. So we'll give it some armor piercing rounds. Oops. And then we'll give it a high caliber barrel. Okay. Vitaly. She'll probably use a pistol. So we're going to go ahead and I'll give her the Edge 1. And give it interpersonal rounds. And we'll go ahead and give her, let's see, combat sensor. Okay, and for me, I have several weapons I use. I personally love so go to the, no. I'm going to do the rifle. I'm going to go with the Avenger 1. I'm going to go with the armor piercing rounds. Keep doing that. Alright, so we'll go ahead and also use the recoil damper 2. What that does, it will reduce weapon shake. So that's what you want. Give her shield battery. Cool. Alright, that's all I wanted to do. And so I'm back in the Mako. And next up is we're gonna go over here. We're gonna go over. Let's see. Mummified Solarian. How did I miss that one? Alright, we'll come back to it. Let's go to the along the signal here. I think here's something firing at us. guys. I'm having some allergies right now. Anyway, that is never fun. Let me save now too, so that if I do die here, I want to do the whole level again. And I save quite often when I play this game, especially on Insanity. Yeah, because I've had times where I've rarely ever died. Geth armatures? I think it's 3 Geth armatures. Yes. These guys do get stronger. Right. There we go. Turrets. And also 2 turrets, and then we run into the armatures. So let's get away. And here's where the repair gel comes into play. And there's not very many either, so this is a good thing. You know, yeah, it's important to pay attention to that to the meter. Otherwise, you'll get destroyed. And what's that map there? Okay. So now we have to fight the Geth armatures. And what I like to do when I face them is I like to isolate them. So let's go ahead and ram them. And yes, ramming them with your vehicle does damage them. There we go. That's 1 down. So the trick here is lower their shields. Whoa! That was fun. Look at that. Hit him the Mako. So yeah, that's the fun part for me is destroying the Geth armatures. And also too, when you hit the Y button with the army gel, takes 15 army gel to repair the Mako. And I love hitting problems. There we go. Alright, that's 3. So let's gather out of the Mako, and you can see this transmitter. Okay, so discovered that the Geth array is transmitting regular data bursts on an encrypted channel using the Alliance's own FTL comm buoys. It is not clear where the data is being directed nor the content of the signal. So let's turn off the Geth communications. Cool. We got that done. Let's get into the vehicle and let's get out of here now to the main outpost. So let's next go ahead and deal with the mummified Solarium. So let's go deal with that now. And also, yes, the more you play the levels and kill enemies and unlock bosses, you get more equipment. In fact, I've had times in this game where I've had so much equipment, so many weapons that I had to melt them down to army gel. So usually, when I play anything below level 4 or 5, the weapon power gets turned to army gel. Whoa, Nelly! My God, I mean, how do you not get seasick? In that car sick, in that Mako. All the way bobbing and weaving. It's probably up here again on top of the plateau. also want to thank you guys again for watching this video series. If you're watching this one, yeah, this is a game that once you get to the main quests, it gets more amazing when you play. And I like doing these missions first because it allows Commander Shepard to build up his experience points. Okay, let's get out of here. And of course, the real fun part is getting stuck down here. Give it. Come on. Yeah, see that there? This is the not fun part, getting stuck down here in the geometry, no way out. Alright guys, so I'm gonna go ahead real quick and return to the Normandy so I can get out of this chasm. So hang tight, I'll be right back. Okay, that was very strange. So for some reason, of course, I was stuck in the ground. Yeah. So let's go ahead now and get that mummified Solarian. Careful now too when I get up here. Make sure that I don't fall in that chasm again. And yes, I will not. Yeah, that part there, I will not be editing it out. Although I should. Try it again. Real careful now. Real careful. There we go. Here we go. Alright. Let's go real careful now because that was terrible. Falling in there. Okay, so we got it already. Alright, cool. So let's go ahead now and we're gonna go ahead and go to the main Geth outpost. So map. And we'll go to the Geth outpost. Alright, so the reason we're here is the Geth outpost. Go over there. Yeah, so I'm keeping that part in so that you can see what happens when you fall into that chasm on the way out. And I can't imagine real life falling into a chasm like that on the way out. That's not fun. And we're about that level. Yeah, I definitely see why people get bored in these missions. You know, kind of like fetch quests. But it's okay. We're gonna have a good time playing this. It's a laser beam, so I think we're close now to enemy territory. Bear in mind now too that if you play this, your opponents will level with you. The fun part for me when the Mako is running over my opponents. That is fun. There we go. It's getting close. Back up. Getting hit here really bad. You don't need a hit. Trying to avoid getting hit here. Let's go in there. Don't throw it him off. So we use the hill as natural cover. Here we go. Using the splat damage to kill them. How'd that miss? Come on now. Know that miss. Come on. There we go. Yes, right now, of course, some of the wheels, they're badly damaged. I gotta avoid getting any more damage done to my mock to the vehicle. There we go. This should be good. As long as we don't incur too much damage. Yeah, I'm kind of hitting and running here. You never know with that. You don't get hit. Here we go. Yeah. Man, you guys are just with cheese. Here we go. Keep going. That's him. Here we go. Get the mothership there. We get him. As bonus, you kill the drop. Kill the drop ship.
Outpost's done. We're halfway there.
So we're almost done here. Let's kill these enemies, and then we'll be on our way. Alright, there we go. And we got them all. So that is 2 outposts done. And speaking of done, so is this video. So if you guys enjoyed this mission, I'm looking forward to playing more for you. And tune in next time where we continue dealing with the Geth Incursions. So I will see you in the next video.